Hello, hello, hello. If you're here watching this replay, thank you so much for being here. My name is Svava Brooks, and I'm a trauma recovery coach. And I love to hang out here Tuesdays and Thursdays with my fellow survivor thrivers as we work our way through my book, Releasing Your Authentic Self. If you're looking for guide or for support for your healing journey, please check out my website, svavabrooks.com. And check out my book, which is a daily journal that will help you move and shift from surviving to thriving. And we also welcome you here anytime in this community to come hang out with us. So if you're here live, please let me know. Please say hello so I can welcome you and celebrate you. And we can, like always, we start with our check-in. How are you doing, my friends? How are things going on in your world? And today, the topic of discussion is the path of least resistance, I call it. But I also want to normalize, right, that trauma is part of life, and also how our body responds to trauma, because that's what the body is really hardwired to do. But we're also going to talk about and share some suggestions about how we help our bodies and our minds and our hearts to make the shifts, right? From feeling like we're stuck on this wheel, replaying, reliving our life, to making those subtle changes. And especially right now, the world is kind of upside down. So for some of us, it's like, okay, I don't know about this right now. So we're doing our best. We always start from there. Hey, EJ, you made it. It's a long day. I'm so glad you're here. If you're only coming in for a few minutes to say hi, just to let us know how you're feeling, it helps to acknowledge how we're feeling, and hopefully we can hold a safe space and support you in feeling seen and heard and validated. Hey, Lady Leo. Hey, Rachel. How are you guys? It's been a good day. Thank you, Lady Leo. It is nice and toasty and warm in Portland, Oregon today. It's in the 90s right now. I took our dog, little Miss Roxy, out for a walk in between sessions earlier. And she was like, take me home. This is too hot. So we did a little bit of exercise, and then we got back home. So, but it's been a good day. I've been seeing some of my people today. So how are you guys? Hey, Rob. Rachel says, doing good. Starting off the holiday weekend. Yay! Nice. Nice. This is like the last hurrah, right? Before we actually have to, right? There's nothing normal about the world right now, and for a lot of us, our lives, right? But according to the calendar, this is the last weekend to celebrate. A summer celebration before we come into the fall and winter. Yeah, I can't believe it is September. I was actually telling my kids I'd love to see if we can fit in one more camping trip before school starts. Well, I know we can't before school starts because school starts for my son next week. And so we will see when we can fit that in sometime in September. Lady Leo, getting a little anxious, traveling to Jersey for my niece's husband's funeral. Oof. I bet traveling right now would give me anxiety. Yes, I understand. And it's hard. I hear you, Rachel. Autumn weather. Yes, we've had a little bit of glimpses of the colder weather over the last week or so. And I'm like, yes, this is why I moved to Portland. It's cooler weather. And I'm sure you guys have it on tape now. I'll be complaining once it starts to rain and it rains for 8 or 9 months straight. But I have my boots and my raincoats, my wool socks and my scarves, so I can handle the cold. It's the rain, I mean the heat, that I don't enjoy as much. Yeah, Rachel loves scarves, sweaters, and boots. Awesome. Yes, and too bad you guys couldn't visit. If you're going to New Jersey, Rachel's in New Jersey and Donna's in New Jersey. Ah, darn it. Lady Leo asks, is he doing virtual? Yes, my son is doing virtual school this year. So, and we have done virtual school before, so that's not a surprise or new or different, but he doesn't really like it. So he is a hands-on kind of kid. I actually think most kids learn better hands-on instead of, right? So we're talking, we're going to deal with it, find a way to make it work. So, and what I keep telling him as a reward for maybe doing his best, as I know he will, no matter what, that since he's doing online, maybe he can go with me to Iceland once things get better and we maybe can travel. So since he doesn't have to be in school, but we shall see about all of that, right? Hey, Elizabeth, good to see you. Right, Rachel hates the humidity. Yep, me too. Rob says getting wrapped up against the elements. Yep. So you guys doing all right today? We're doing all right. Considering, right? That's what I keep saying. Considering, I'm doing okay. EJ says nope. Well, I'm glad you are here with us, EJ. I am sorry you're having a hard day. So I'm placing my hand on my heart. Maybe my friends can do the same. And we can all, with our loving intention, send EJ love and support from our hearts to yours. Thank you, Lady Leo. Thank you, Rob. Yes, and to some of our people that are not here with us live, I know you guys watch the replay. I hear from you. I see you. I hear you. You know, we count you in. You belong, my friend. So to our friend EJ today, it takes a village some days. It takes a village to keep us grounded, to keep reminding us This is hard, and on some days, I'm just not okay today. And it's okay to be not okay, especially right now, right? Where we know that all our systems are online and overwhelmed, right? Trying to figure out, how do I solve this? How do I solve this? How do I solve this? How do I know what to expect? How do I know what to expect? And our mind is just like going to sleep. It's just too much. Just going to sleep. Just foggy, checking out. And there's nothing wrong with you and your mind or your body if that's happening. It's hard, and you are not alone. Hey, sweet Rob, it was very nice to chat with you too, my friend. I'm so glad that you found some calm before your storm there today. So I appreciated your note. Appreciated your note, and I'm glad you're here with us. You have been in our thoughts and in our hearts this week. What? Donna has black bears in her neighborhood? That's the one thing I don't like about going for camping in Oregon. There are wild animals here. I prefer to go to Iceland to go camping. There's no crazy animals. None. Nothing that bites. Nothing that can eat you, attack you. There you go, Rachel. You have a good choice of town. Good for you, my friend. Yeah. What about you guys in UK, right? There's nothing that comes at you at night in the camp. I can still remember once, no snakes. No snakes. When was it? I went up to the mountains in California one time camping with my family. And we were a huge campsite, and then it's like, oh yeah, there was a mama bear with cubs that went through here last night, and I was like, what? I don't need that anxiety. I didn't sleep a wink. So, plus I got altitude sickness, so that didn't help. That just brings up your anxiety when you're like, I can't breathe. So, funny videos of bears swimming in people's backyard kiddie pools. Yeah, I know. It's funny when it's in other people's yards. I don't want that near, my yard or in my campsite. We have some tall tales of trolls in Iceland, but we're family, so they don't come after me. That's so funny. See, I make friends with those trolls. I make friends with them. All right, sweet friends, the topic of today, we are playing and doing a little bit of work today. Just a little bit of work, tiny teeny. Trauma is a part of life. It is. Life is hard, and I think we are especially right now acutely aware of trauma in life. The good news, our body actually is designed to handle stress and trauma quickly and efficiently. Yep. It's hardwired to survive. And right, our body often will choose the path of least resistance, also to conserve energy. That's all it cares of. cares about. Conserve energy, survive. So what happens when our stress response kicks in? A little bit of fight and flight. Our extremities get cold, right? It's like all the reserved energy goes into, do I need to run or fight, or am I collapsing if I can't get away? And unfortunately, for the bulk of us here, is that since we didn't get the support or the safety to process, to release, to find a safe place, or did we even start off with a safe environment growing up, we've kind of been living for a long time with this chronic tension and trauma response habitually, going off in our bodies. So, but what we are learning also, once we can help our bodies and our nervous system to slowly release that energy, bring awareness to our bodies, bring awareness to where is it that we're holding tension in our bodies, bring into awareness some of the thoughts, bring into awareness our, right, the body sensations and feelings, and bring into our awareness the underlying beliefs that we may have because of what happened to us. Right? Those one leads to another. But for so many of us, we are still living out of beliefs that we don't even know we are living out of. That they are the filter that color our whole life. So, in service of awareness, and again, using and practicing self-compassion, as we are slowly recognizing some of our habits and patterns and coping strategies, because that's where most of them started. It was the best strategy, the best, most efficient thing your body came up with that it could do to keep you safe. So the two questions that I asked today, when you look at where you are right now on your healing journey, what is the path of least resistance? Meaning, what are some of the things that habitually are showing up? And the second question is, what path is the exact opposite? And the question that I often like to add and share with, my clients when we're processing some of this is sometimes, right, we are resisting our resistance. Right, there is a resistance here. There's something here that is protecting us. And we are maybe resistance looking at the why the resistance is here. Because I believe, like, deep down, and again, this is always something that happens organically, that happens authentically according to your timeline, when you're ready, when your body and your heart feel safe, and that you have the support that you need to kind of open up these windows of curiosity to start to explore, I wonder, why is it that I keep doing that? What's the belief underneath here? And then when we assess the belief, And we start to see the behavior based on that belief that simply isn't true anymore. It isn't what you believe now, but you can see where it came from. So slowly, with awareness and self-compassion, we recognize where that belief came from, where that resistance, what was the coping skill wrapped up in that. And the more you become aware of it, then you start to have some choices. Once we can make sense of both the story and how our body responds to it automatically, because it's been trained to do that for some of us for years. So it's going to take some time to slowly shift that perspective, that awareness, but it does happen. It does happen. So the second question was, what path is the exact opposite of the path of least resistance? So I'm going to scroll down here to our friends sharing their comments with us today. Lady Leo gave me permission here to share. Lady Leo says, looking back over the 18 months or so since I've answered this question, I actually allowed myself to be proud of where I am today. I realized that although the journey is still hard, I still struggle. I still feel like it's just too big in some days. I have very little resistance today. I am no longer stuck for days at a time in the dark places. Actually, it feels like when I get to what used to be a very dark place, my calmness and willingness to sit in that dark place sheds a small light of hope. She goes on to say, I believe it's in that hope I've lost the resistance. Yes, I'm still working on a lot of who I was meant to be, but I wouldn't call it resistance. I'm actually learning to lean into my feelings. I did a happy dance, Lady Leo, when I read this. I did a happy dance, Lady Leo. I am so glad that you can see how far you come and that you are celebrating yourself. Yes. Hey, EJ, yes, you can. Of course, EJ, you can change your answer. So I know how hard you have worked to get here. I know how hard you have worked to get here. And thank you so much for sharing your journey with us, because it gives other people hope. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Rob. Exactly. Yes, 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 yes. That's awesome. I just want to sit with that for a little bit. right? Because like the feelings that we used to be so afraid of, it's like, how can they be bad? They're inside of you. How can they be bad? They're inside of you and they have messages for you. They are longing to be seen, to be heard, to be validated. The same way, right? Our bodies long to be accompanied. Someone just hear me. Someone just feel this pressure. Someone just hear this hurt. Can someone just notice that I'm struggling, right? And in here, all those feelings and all those parts, you're the one they're waiting for. Yes. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, guys. It's so important that we celebrate and learn to like, yeah, I'm doing this. This feels good. Yeah, it took me months, but I'm doing it. Because you guys have heard me say, we gotta freaking want it, right? Your body is powerful. The least path of least resistance is it's survival. And it's there's nothing wrong with your body. It's not something wrong with your body. So it helps us to be kind to it along the way and just consistently, I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep trying. I hear you, EJ. Path of least resistance is complete shutdown. My body shuts down and I lose time. It is dissociation and it is part of living in these bodies. And there is nothing wrong with it. Your dissociation, that's your nervous system going too much, right? And I know, EJ, how hard you are working to come back, get back into it, right? Slowly figuring out all the moving parts to help your nervous system calm down a little bit, calm down a little bit, calm down a little bit. So I celebrate you too, EJ. Right? Dissociation is not bad. It's not bad. And I'm hearing from a lot of people right now. A lot of people are checking out and feeling really bad about it. It's like, am I going crazy? Is there something wrong with me? No. Most of us are up to our eyeballs right now. Like, because of the stress in the world right now, we are exhausted. And some days are better than others, but we are exhausted. And your body, your mind is just taking care of you. It's taking care of you. It's like, no worries, my friend, I got this. Check. I'm glad you're here. And if the tears are coming, that's a release. That's a valve. That's a pressure valve. So the tears can come, tears can come, tears can come. I've had a few really good cries over the last few weeks. Don't know why. Some of them, yes, I do know why. And then there's some of them just like, my body's like, this is it. This is too much. I can't handle it. Like, right? I'm just going to have a really good cry. I love having a really good cry. So we're in this together, my friends. And so when we check out the dissociation, there's a spectrum. For some of us, it's a daydream. We just daydream, or we go into planning mode, or we go into, right, some place that we can hang out in our mind. And then for some of us, we, people tip into and just lose a little bit of track of time. I understand. Thank you, Rob. Yes, EJ, you are a part of the gang. You are here for a reason, and we help each other out. Thank you, Rob. That is so sweet. That is so sweet. Hey, Sharon. Oh my goodness, hang in there. Let the tears come. Let the tears come. Let the tears come, my friend. I'm scrolling up here a little bit. Let's see. Yes, Rob, you're doing an amazing job considering. I keep saying considering. I think we all deserve a little like, yeah, I am doing a great job considering, right? Can we all just take a minute and pat ourselves on the back? Each and every one of us. Thank you. Thank you, sweet body. Good job, Svava. Good job, Svava. Good job, Rob. Good job, Elizabeth. Good job, Sharon. Good job, EJ. Good job, Rachel. Good job, Lady Leo. These are challenging times. I hear you, Elizabeth. Personally consider it a blessing when I'm able to cry and feel the feeling. Sometimes it gets hard. Yep. I understand it's hard. But when we feel our feelings, and the tears are actually the tapping into the parasympathetic, and it helps the nervous system to calm down a little bit. In the beginning, it may not feel that way. Exactly. Rob, I have it. No, I didn't record our chat today, but Rob promised if he would cry. But Rob, I do remember you were in tears the first time you and I met on camera. I know I bawled my eyes out because we had been messaging for a while, and when I finally got to see you, I was just overwhelmed. I can still remember. Can still remember. You, sweet man, bring me so much joy. You bring me joy. So let's see here. Sue shared with us today. I know she went to bed early tonight. Proud of you, Sue. Glad you did. You needed the rest. She said here, at this moment, the path of least resistance for me is to say that this is just too hard. I can't do this anymore, and to give up. But I know that actually I can't. So I'm doing the exact opposite. I am getting some rest now, and tomorrow I will start again. And I'll spend some time listening to that sad and hopeless part of me and try to give her the love that she needs. That's beautiful, Sue. That's beautiful, Sue. Right? The awareness of what that resistance is about, right? The part of you is like, I don't want to do this. I'm going to quit. And with that awareness, you are recognizing what you can do. I can rest. And I can start again tomorrow. And I can listen to my feelings, to this part that feels so sad and so hopeless, right? And to give her the love she needs. I mean, this is loving compassion in action, my friend. Beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I celebrate you, Sue. I celebrate you. And that's what, you know, it's good for us to keep in mind right now. If we are feeling that overwhelm, is to be kind to ourselves, be gentle with ourselves. And so as a gentle reminder, and in support of our community, I had an idea. We have about 20 minutes or so left. Can we share what we each do to feel better? What are some of our go-tos? Because as we know, when we tip into that overwhelm or we tip into feeling that, it's hard to remember those things. So it's super helpful when we can share as a community, what are some of the coping strategies that we are using? What are the things that we're going to right now? And I'm especially curious, it's like, are you trying something new that maybe, you know, brings you some joy, or that gives you a little bit of fulfillment or a little bit of calm in your day? Are you doing something new, or are you reconnecting with something that you maybe used to do in the past? Would you guys be willing to share? Sharon says, I take a hot bubble bath to cope. Nice. It's been a long time since I've taken a bubble bath. It's like, wow, it's been months since I've taken a bath. I do shower, but that's great, Sharon. Who else? Every time I think I've found something to help, it works a bit, and then it doesn't. Yes. Anybody else relate to that? Anybody else relate to that? You do something for a little bit, and then all of a sudden it doesn't. And again, it's interesting how our bodies can, we get into habits really quickly. Exactly. Exactly. And our mind loves things that are what do you call them? My words have escaped right now. I'm gonna come back to it. I know it'll get back to me. And Lady Leo says, I am back to journaling and meditating as a practice. Beautiful. Nice. Rachel says, I walk and talk to someone. Excellent. Excellent. Elizabeth, I read a quote about leading a happy life. Attach your life to a goal, not a person or a thing. Trying to follow that advice, following certain people makes me miserable. Yep, I hear you. It's very important, right? Because when we are reaching a goal or something that we want to accomplish, or something that we want to attain, it's about building us up, right? It's like from the inside out. But when we put our happiness and our hope for happiness on other people, because people are imperfect and it really isn't anybody else's job, right, to make us feel happy and fulfilled. It is an inside job. So Tribal Suze thought I found something and then it doesn't. So I'm curious, like, EJ, what was it that you started and that it was helped and that wasn't? And I'm also curious for you, Tribal, what was that? Sharon says, right now I feel so alone in this world. It's been a difficult time with all the things going on in the US. I've been so triggered lately, just surviving. Oh, I hear you. I'm dropping into my heart, Sharon. My heart started singing. The minute I put my hand on my heart, it just got warm, hot, warmth. Lots of love and warmth coming your way, my friend. Yes. There you go. And that's the thing. I still can't think of the word. Our bodies, as much as they like, habits and things that we do consistently, they also like the newness of things. It's like, and I think it's especially important right now because we, tapping into the curiosity and openness of trying something new. It's so easy for the mind to start to criticizing, to start to judging, to start to comparing, and then that takes the joy out of it, or the should, like, oh, you should be doing it, or you should be doing that, or right. So to maybe look a little bit underneath, what's the reason for why you're doing it, right? And so it's not a means to an end, but how can you enjoy the practice itself? Thanks, Lady Leo. Have a beautiful weekend. Sending you lots of love. Does that make sense? That's it too, right? And so we talk about this in mindfulness. You set a goal. And so for many of us, it's like, well, I'll be happy when I reach this goal. And so all our focus is in the future and not on the now. And then all of a sudden we reach the goal and then we recognize, wait a minute, I was happy for 2 days. And then I realized I'm still not happy. So how can you enjoy the process? Meaning, why are you doing things? That is what's helped me. I don't know if you guys can relate. EJ started doing something new in May with a paddle board. The last time I went out a few weeks ago, it took all of me to not fall apart in tears out in the middle of the lake. I hear you, EJ. I hear you. Be gentle with yourself. And I think for sometimes I think we feel we are, disappointed that it wasn't everything that we had hoped that it would be, because not every day is, right, sunshine and roses, as we know. So my invitation And what has helped me, especially around creating new habits and trying new things, is to remind myself, why am I doing this? And to do it with kindness. And find the fulfillment in the doing it. So, but keep doing, right? Anything right now to explore, right? What is bringing you peace right now? Maybe we have to rotate things. I have found with my workouts too, right? Some days I do yoga, some days I do weights, some days I do calisthenics, sometimes I walk. So rotating things is a good thing. So, but I want to maybe invite you guys and challenge for the weekend. Can you try something new? Try something new. Maybe that you've been wanting to explore, wanting to try out. Or, like I said, do something you haven't done in a while. Rob says, I stopped the vet assist crying by being kind after a customer swore her and was angry on the phone. I said, the good people appreciate your work. Aw, you are so sweet, Rob. So, so sweet. So, so sweet. Kindness goes a long ways towards other people and towards ourselves. Kindness towards other people and kindness towards ourselves. And my go-to and you guys, I do this with all of you when I meet you one-on-one, I'm constantly hand on my heart, right? Self-compassion is more important now than ever, is to, like, yes, instead of judging myself for my shortcomings or judging myself for not having more energy, judging myself for being tired, judging myself for being disappointed, I'm going to be kind towards myself. I'm going to be kind towards myself. Yes, exactly, Rob. And kindness is a win-win, because I bet you got a little dopamine spike as a result of it. You gave her one and you got one. Right? And then to come to our hearts and our bodies, like, yeah, this is hard. These are hard feelings. These are hard times. There's a lot of grief. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of sadness and pain. It is hard. And our bodies are exhausted. Our nervous systems are fried. Yes, exactly, Rachel. It is. It is. It is. It is. Good. Please do. And remember, the best thing we can do for other humans is to believe in them, right? Drop into our hearts and to sit with people when they're struggling, to sit with people when they're having their hard feelings. We cannot fix it. We can't make it go away. We cannot take other people's pain away. We cannot. We cannot. And it's a disservice sometimes to even try. A little bit of kindness is different. But when people are really having those feelings, right, to believe in them, you will be okay. I believe in you. I believe in you. I'm sitting with you, heart to heart. I see you, I feel you, I hear you, and I believe in you. And speaking of blessings, this was the card I got for us tonight. This is it, my friends. Each time you smile or do a kindness towards another person, you are blessing them. You're being a blessing. There you go, Rob, right? Your heart encouraged you to get out of your comfort zone and speak kindly to the other person. So thank you, Rob, for doing that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There you go, Elizabeth, right? Vitamins, TRE, new yoga postures. Yes, yes. Beautiful, beautiful. And it's good for us to get out of our comfort zone. It stimulates our brain. It's good for us. It's super good for us to have that curiosity, the childish curiosity about learning something new. It's like, okay, the newness. One day he woke up and counted his blessings. All right, sweet friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, as always, for being here to share so freely. You encourage, honor, and celebrate each other. I'm grateful for you, all of you. There you go, EJ. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, I feel the same way, EJ. I'm on you said paprika. I'm on a roasted pepper kick right now. And I was just like, where has this been my whole life? All right, sweet friends. You're welcome, Rachel. Welcome, Elizabeth. Welcome, 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 welcome. So good to be with you. Aw. You are the third person who tells me that today. So I am happy to hear that my voice, my energy helps you to come into your heart and to feel grounded and cared for. That brings me joy. Thank you so much for saying that. There you go, Rob. You've been cooking up a storm. We have on more than one occasion talked about we should share recipes. I don't know that you guys would like all of my recipes, but you can always do my recipes on side of your steak or whatever else you guys are eating. All right, sweet friends. Hey, Sharon, I'm doing a little shout out here to you. Be gentle with yourself. Please stay connected. All right. Enjoy your long weekend. And I'll see you back here on Tuesday. All right, friends. Take care. Bye now.